Namaste to one and all. Myself, Professor Dr. Sachin Sharma, Professor, Dean Computer Science and Application, School of Advanced Studies, S-VYASA deemed to be university. My area of interest is Indian knowledge system. I have introduced a course structure based on Indian knowledge system and environment. Discussion on Indian knowledge system is incomplete without studying or without remembering the contributions by Indian philosophers to Indian knowledge system. Like we have 9 philosophers in Indian knowledge system. Few of them are like Buddhism, Jainism, which we used to follow. Out of these, 3 philosophers did not follow Vedas and 6 philosophers follow Vedas. Again, the discussion on Indian knowledge system is incomplete without the discussion on Vedas, Upanishads, wherein we have 108 Upanishads and 4 Vedas. The philosophers who believed in Vedas are called as theists, and the philosophers who did not believe in Vedas are called as atheists. There are total 9 darshans or philosophies in Indian knowledge system, out of which 6 darshans or philosophy follows Vedas and 3 darshan or philosophy don't follow Vedas. The 6 philosophies which follow Vedas are Vaisheshika, Nyaya, Yoga, Sankhya, Vedanta and Mimamsa. And the 3 philosophies which don't follow Vedas are Jainism, Buddhism and Charvak. Here I am going to tell you briefly about this. This course introduces learners to the rich legacy of environmental ethics and wisdom embedded in Indian knowledge system. It explores ancient texts, indigenous practices and sustainable lifestyle that have shaped human-nature relationship in India. Through a multidisciplinary approach, students engage with ecological traditions, biodiversity conversations, water management, and ethical dimensions of nature in Indian culture. Course overview and objectives. This is a MOOC on SWAYAM platform, 4-credit interdisciplinary undergraduate courses in humanities, science and environmental studies. What are the key objectives of this course? Understand IKS principle related to environment, analyze traditional ecological knowledge, explore ancient texts on ecology and resource management, evaluate IKS potential for modern challenges, promote integration of traditional knowledge with science. These are the learning outcomes and course structure. First learning outcome is explain ecological wisdom in Indian traditions, discuss traditional environmental practice, identify sustainable resource management case studies, assess interface of IKS and modern science, propose integration of IKS in sustainability framework. It's of 15 weeks duration, which carries 3 to 4 videos per week, which 20 to 25 minutes each, totaling 20 to 22 hours. Assessment includes weekly quizzes, assignments, and final project with continuous evaluation, 30% and final exam 70%. These are the course modules. There are total 8 modules. First module speaks about introduction to IKS and ecology. Then module 2, environmental ethics in Indian philosophy, environmental themes in Vedas, Upanishads. Third module is about water wisdom, traditional water harvesting systems, sacred rivers and cultural rituals for water conservation. Fourth module is about agricultural knowledge, indigenous farming practices, traditional cropping patterns, biodiversity and organic framing inspired by IKS. Fifth module tells about forests and biodiversity. Sacred groves, community conservations, forest classification, and indigenous plants, medicine knowledge. Sixth module about climate resilience, climate responsive housing, community disaster resilience, seasonal calendars and ecological indicators in rural India. Seventh module speaks about case studies, Bishnoi, Chipko and Apico movements, modern IKS implementation in governance and policy integration. Finally, module 8, IKS and modern science, where complementarity of traditional and scientific knowledge, methodologies to document and validate IKS, and challenges in mainstreaming. And finally, we have a final project report or literature review on IKS, practice and policy brief on integrating IKS in environmental planning. These are the 8 modules which I'm going to cover in this course structure. But IKS is much more than this. It's not restricted to these 8 modules. There are N parameters, or there are different philosophies by different philosophers about this Indian knowledge system. So Indian knowledge system is very vast. Few of things we'll try to touch in this course. Thank you.